proposal that we might bring awareness to the advancement of blacks in American film since the beginning of the 20th century and highlight some of their great successors for their overall growth and development and contributions. Over the last 1,000 years, camera and cinema alike have advanced immensely, and not only in the technical or aspects of physics, however culturally as well as individually. In today's modern era, we can just grab our smartphones or handheld cameras and begin to record at any given moment and instantly document history. Considering the earliest documented report of a camera device created dates all the way back to the year 1021 with camera obscura by the Arab scholar in the Book of Optics of 1021. Then we move back to the future when the owner and founder, Johann Zahn, would have concepted the first camera in 1685. However, it was Joseph Nespe who would go on in 1814 to actually snap a shot. Then fast forward 100 years to 1885 from the first camera design by Zahn, George Eastman introduced celluloid-based film in a small, portable, easy-to-use camera box. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, not too many years after the camera was invented, Eastman in 1888 did a French inventor by the name of Louis Le Prince record one of the first short films ever, called Roundhay Garden Scene. Simultaneously did Thomas Edison and his assistant William Dixon, who had no direct involvement in the film world. However, at the start of 1888, did their invention and progression of the kinetograph, a motion picture camera, as well as the kinetoscope, which is a people motion picture viewer, would come to play a huge role and was later concepted in 1895 by the Lumiere brothers, who will finally combine the concept of film and projection into one device with the invention of the cinematograph. Sponging off the works of Thomas Edison and his assistant, William Dixon, with the picture projector, did the Lumiere brothers record the first known film titled Arrival of a Train in 1896. Then just 2 years later, in 1898, was the first ever recorded clip from a black short film called Something Good Negro Kiss. Although filmed more than 100 years ago, the silent film Something Good Negro Kiss is said to be the earliest cinematic depiction of black love ever captured. Something Good, a clip of two black people on film kissing. Now how sweet does that sound? And what is even sweeter is just that last year in 2018 was this film acknowledged and added to the American National Film Registry. The film was recently divulged by a great team of experts at the University of Chicago as well as the University of Southern California. In 1898, Something Good, Negro's Kiss starred dance partners and also vaudeville actors Gertie Brown and Saint Subtle. The 29-second film showcases the black couple sharing a sweet kiss. According to the Library of Congress, it was the first ever recorded intimate moment between two blacks on film. With all of these huge breakthroughs, the world could now be viewed from the comfort of your own home. In fantasy and truth as well as it was actually happening. People's dreams were coming true on the big screen. Progressively over the course of the next few years, technology had advanced and people were becoming more innovative and creative with the tools and devices being manufactured. In 1990, Oscar Micheaux, a young black filmmaker with many great hopes to film and record black history as it was occurring, would go on to become one of America's greatest black filmmakers ever. Now today it is absolutely amazing as well as an honor and a privilege to be able to look back on where we have come from collectively and culturally set apart. Many of us were blessed, and some may say cursed, to have witnessed and experienced firsthand the growth and development that has transpired within our country over the course of more than 100 years. However, as to many other advantages were black Americans limited to what they could and could not do back then. Such things as equal pay, voting, even share the same drinking fountain as whites, let alone have access to record and indulge in film production, to name a few. Despite the odds and limitations during those times, it was in 1919 that Oscar Micheaux would overcome those odds and become the first black film producer and director to produce the first black film ever recognized, titled Within Our Gates. Its plot features an African-American woman who goes north in an effort to raise money for a rural school in the Deep South for poor black children. Her romance with the black doctor eventually leads to revelations about her family's past and her own mixed race and European ancestry. The film portrays racial violence under white supremacy, the lynching of black people, produced and written and directed by Micheaux himself, and it's the oldest known surviving film made by an African American director. Then followed by The Homesteader with an all-star Negro cast, which came from his second novel and was a product of his business, the Micheaux Book and Film Company. He went on to produce, write, and direct more than 44 films over the next 3 decades to come. In addition to the classical Micheaux film, there later came The Hellbound Train in 1930, directed and produced by the first black woman filmmaker, Eloise, and her husband, James Gist. However, according to Prelanger Archives in Black Film Cinema, there was document of blacks on film prior to Micheaux's films and sound in film. Upon my research, did I come across a black silent film from 1914 recorded in San Francisco of some very talented blacks, I might say, dancing to what I have come to learn to know, a combination of the quadrille dance and the Texas Tommy. Although the original file discovered had no sound and it was a bit choppy in display, the file of images were very powerful in content and spoke volumes. As for one, it was logged in as recorded in 1914, then of what subsequently looks like square dancing but was really what had come to be known as Lindy Hop, a dance that originated in Harlem, New York in 1928 and has evolved just as jazz has since. Despite the fact that black filmmakers were forced to work outside of white Hollywood mainstream, and these films were mainly produced for black audiences, almost 500 race films were produced. However, then somehow between 1915 and 1952, were many of these films discarded or lost as a result of poor preservation and neglect. As unfortunate as it may be to have a great loss in a portion of these archives, we can rejoice in knowing that in 2019, Keynote Lorber, a company that will release a 5-disc collection containing 20 amazing hours of these great films. The series is called The Pioneers of African American Cinema, consisting of over 20 hours of films by Micheaux, as well as many other black filmmakers. For those of us that have been fortunate enough and have had the privilege of learning at all, whether it may be by way and watching and learning from others or those around us, by way of literature, video tutorials, and most phenomenally by sound, by listening, observing, and processing what may have been heard, or in some cases, what we believe we heard. It was in 1927 that sound was added into film in the jazz scene. And just a few years later, in 1930, was color added, and forever changed the way we would come to experience film. Especially with sound and today's modern technology, we can easily have an audiobook read aloud to us while we prepare for dinner by way of sound technologies. Just as importantly, we must understand that we all have the option and the choice to decide what we allow into our gates. We must guard our gates, our ear gate, our eye gate, and our mouth gate. Whether we choose to acknowledge or accept what the truth may be or not is up to us. We also have the ability to control what we listen to and how we allow it to affect us. It is a privilege and a blessing to have the ability to hear in the world around you and embrace the parallel world of sound and visual. It is also a blessing to be able to experience the world of sound combined with the world of film, where with the two between Carla Murphy, a PBS NewsHour Weekend, and Paul Miller, who was the executive producer of the pioneers of African American cinema. Carla's questions: how revolutionary was it at the time that these films were actually able to get made and be seen? Mr. Miller responds, you've got to remember it was incredible that African Americans saw themselves on the screen. Usually most portrayals of African Americans in the larger white culture were meant to be very derogatory. So by reclaiming that space in the culture, you could show positive images of black people outside of white context.
Stretch your left arm out in space, do the eagle rock some style and grace. Put your foot way round, bring it back. That's what I call ball the jive. Stretch your left arm out in space, do the eagle rock some style and grace. Put your foot way around, bring it back. That's what I call ball the jive.